What I see is a jealous old machinist who can't stand the fact that his son's become more successful than he has.
What you see is a guy who never measured a man's success by the size of his what?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at celebrities who followed in their famous parents' footsteps only to be driven out by professional or personal misfortune.
I was an unbelievably toxic presence to certain people in my life.
Christina Crawford. Joan Crawford was a renowned movie star throughout the mid-20th century and a notorious diva. She was something much more destructive for her adopted daughter, Christina.
Well, she did try to kill me.
She strangled you at one point.
Well, she did.
Yeah.
Yes.
The second-generation actress appeared in surprisingly small film and TV roles starting in the early 1960s. A decade later, she disappeared. Then, in '78, Christina became a best-selling author with Mummy Dearest. The disputed memoir, later turned into a hit film, alleges that the late Joan was a cruelly abusive mother who spitefully blackballed and disinherited her daughter. Some say Christina was just too difficult to work with. Either way, her career in the public eye would be totally consumed by a grim portrayal of her mother's private life.
I may have looked confident and I learned how to be confident, but underneath, my life was run by fear.
Tori Spelling. The daughter of powerhouse TV producer Aaron Spelling was bound for small screen stardom.
God, David, I'm so embarrassed about all this. I could just die.
After making her own name on Beverly Hills 90210, Tori Spelling became a prolific film and television actress. She also headlined several reality shows with her husband Dean McDermott, but behind this stardom was immense debt, due to the extravagant lifestyle that Spelling maintained after achieving financial independence. It didn't help that a falling out with her father left her with a relatively meagre inheritance.
I think maybe your father did you a favour. As a woman that's kind, compassionate, hard-working, maybe you wouldn't be that if you inherited hundreds of millions of dollars. You wouldn't have the incentive.
So I think I always would have had that drive. I'm built like my dad.
Work declined, back taxes mounted, and the marriage became turbulent. Costly divorce proceedings finally forced Spelling to move into motels and an RV.
I learned at a young age to be like, okay, just keep going, just keep going. I just have really thick skin, but it still gets to you, of course, we're human.
Now she is steadily re-entering the public through TV and openness about the perils of overestimating one's finances. Montana Fishburn. Lawrence Fishburn has long stolen the show in genre and prestige pictures alike.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
His daughter Montana, however, opted for a less mainstream acting career. Motivated by her name and Kim Kardashian's intimate tape, she began performing in adult films at age 19. She had already been arrested on charges related to sex work. When Lawrence found out about his daughter's secret career, he cut her off.
I know recently your daughter was in the news. Is that difficult sometimes?
No, I don't know. I haven't heard.
Oh, so you kind of just got the blinders on for that one.
I haven't heard. I try not to talk about my personal life.
Montana later left the industry and dabbled in exotic dance amidst several run-ins with the law. Her far-fetched path to stardom completely backfired, with scandal and a strained relationship with her family. But after 2 stints in rehab, she is reportedly teaching yoga and working to reconcile with her father. Uday Chopra. Filmmaker Yash Chopra was a pillar of Bollywood as the founder of Yash Raj Films.
As a professional actor, if I have to spend 100 days on a set, I'd rather do it on a Yash Chopra set than anybody else's.
His son and successor, Aditya, is himself regarded as one of the industry's great star makers. But he admits that he couldn't make a star out of his brother, Uday. The youngest Chopra stepped in front of the camera as a character actor, best known as Ali Khan in the Doom films.
My name is Ali, sun zara man chali, dil chura ke mera tu kahan chali.
Sadly, multiple attempts to transition into a leading man yielded huge bombs. The disgraced Uday briefly went into producing before disappearing entirely for nearly a decade.
I just felt that it was, for me, a challenge, one. And secondly, I felt that in this way I would have my own voice.
When he returned in The Romantics, a docuseries about his family, he asserted that not even the most credible nepotism can save a miscalculated career. Chet Hanks. Besides being one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors, Tom Hanks has been dubbed America's dad.
I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you.
His eldest son, Colin, has also built a following as a great talent. In defying the family's wholesome name, though, Chet Hanks hasn't won much fanfare.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're like Ollie G Show, 24 hours a day, my dog.
That's right, that's right.
The problem child grew up to be a rapper and actor with a career that was stifled by legal, domestic, and substance scandals. He even became the poster child for cultural appropriation with White Boy Summer.
Rude boy, it's a white boy summer. Bad gal, white dandada.
Never mind the song and term being appropriated by some unsettling groups. Tabloid scrutiny has merely finished off Chet's unsteady brand. While Tom seems glad to boost his children into what he calls a family business, one would likely question Chet's personal qualifications for it. JC Chan. The whole world recognises action superstar Jackie Chan. He was still so confident in his son achieving independent success that he announced plans to defer JC's inheritance to charity. Sure enough, after the American-born singer relocated to his mother's native Taiwan, he became a pop and movie star throughout China. 10 years of a meteoric rise then came crashing down in 2014, when JC was arrested for marijuana possession.
I broke the law and should be punished. When I return to society, I vow not to break the law again.
This is such a serious moral taboo in Asia that he was publicly denounced by anti-drug ambassador Jackie.
Jackie Chan is making no excuses for his son's high-profile drug conviction, saying he's ashamed and angry.
JC had to start from the bottom after a 6-month prison sentence. Thankfully, he has since reconciled with his father, who is helping to rebuild JC's career through mutual projects. Cameron Douglas. Actor and producer Kirk Douglas has sired a dynasty in the entertainment industry.
I apologize, sir, for not telling you sooner that you're a degenerate, sadistic old man. And you can go to hell before I apologize to you now or ever again.
Michael's career particularly measures up to his father's sterling legacy, but his own son Cameron struggled to rise above a different image. In 2009, the actor's scandalous struggle with substance use culminated in police discovering enough of an illicit substance on him for an intent to distribute charge.
How much do you think that your parents and the privilege that you had available to you was just making this possible?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the person.
Cameron pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. An additional smuggling conviction extended the sentence to 7. Since his release in 2016, Cameron has been slowly rebuilding his career and his relationship with Michael.
Do you ever think maybe he should have gone to prison earlier?
You know, maybe if, but...
While he is still acting in smaller projects, he's better known for detailing his self-destruction and sobriety in the memoir Long Way Home. Tatum O'Neal. At 9 years old, Tatum O'Neal debuted opposite her father Ryan in Paper Moon.
If you was my pa, that'd be different.
Well, I ain't your pa, so just get that out of your head. I don't care what those neighbor ladies said.
This made her the youngest person ever to win an Academy Award. She went on to have a prominent acting career, but appearances were sparse. O'Neal eventually revealed a serious substance use disorder inherited from her father.
Do you feel you gave parenting your best shot, or do you think that you were too selfish perhaps at times?
Well, I know I tried.
Did you try hard enough?
You don't know about that.
His own reputation would be damaged by revelations of hostility that led to conflicts and disorders with his eldest children. Meanwhile, Tatum's career was consumed by this and other scandals. The latest was a stroke and coma caused by a prescription overdose in 2020.
I woke up in a coma without any words, without anything. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. And I had no words at all.
Though she publicly reconciled with Ryan during the last years of his life, Tatum is still working to maintain sobriety and steady work. Max Landis. John Landis directed some of the most beloved comedies of the 80s and is still going strong. His son Max, however, lost his way as a genre filmmaker.
I'm a person who has made many terrible mistakes in relationships, and who is deeply sorry to the people I've hurt.
The Chronicle and Victor Frankenstein writer came under fire for misogynistic comments about an ex-girlfriend and the Mary Sue archetype. His reputation formally collapsed starting in 2017, when multiple colleagues alleged a history of abusing women. Landis's behaviour was called an open secret in Hollywood.
I was an unbelievably toxic presence to certain people in my life.
These accusations led to loss of representation and projects, driving Landis into obscurity. Of course, some say this was a long time coming for a notorious figure of smug Hollywood nepotism. Now Landis is best known for YouTube skits and defensive writing online.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Charlie Sheen. The children of Ramon Estevez, better known as actor Martin Sheen, have found success sticking to the family name.
What I see is a jealous old machinist who can't stand the fact that his son's become more successful than he has.
Carlos found particular success under the family stage name. Charlie Sheen's superstardom seemed to withstand any scandal over his substance use and personal life. But in 2011, after lambasting Two and a Half Men co-creator Chuck Lorre, he lost the highest paying acting gig on TV.
Winning.
His volatile antics then became a tabloid staple, as well as internet memes. Sheen has since been relegated to small, often self-deprecating roles.
You may think I'm losing, but I'm not. Anyway, you get the idea.
He has also gotten sober and made amends with several peers. Martin, as prolific as ever, has expressed pride in his son's recovery. But Hollywood's most polarizing Nepo baby still has to redeem himself with the public. Are there any other compelling stories of triumph or tragedy in nepotism? Drop some names in the comments.
I loved you in Wall Street!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.